President Bongbong Marcos, you continue to amaze me, to amaze us, kahit yung mga detractors mo, yung mga bashers mo. Dahil yung mga hindi nagawa ng mga past presidents, lahatin mo na sila ha, mula kay Cory Aquino hanggang kay Rodrigo Duterte. Hindi nagawa yung ginawa mo at ang gusto mong gawin. Unang-una, itong pagsambulat mo, pagsiwalat mo ng korupsyon sa gobyerno. Walang ni isang presidenteng nauna sa iyo ang nagtangkang buwagin ang korupsyon sa Pilipinas. Bakit mo naman kasi kakalabanin pa ang sistema, lalo na ng korupsyon? Yan ay nakaugat na sa sistema natin. So lahat ng nagdaang presidente, walang ginawa para masawata ang korupsyon sa ating bansa. Pinabayaan na lang nila yan. Total, matatapos din ang kanilang termino. Pabayaan na lang ang susunod na presidente kung may gagawin sa korupsyon. Wala. Mula kay Cory Aquino hanggang sa umabot kay Digong, wala silang ginawang solusyon para dyan sa problema ng korupsyon sa bansa. Si Digong, inacknowledge pa niya na meron talagang korupsyon sa bansa natin. Pero wala siyang ginawa. Tanging si Presidente Bongbong Marcos lang ang naglakas loob ang isiwalat ang korupsyon sa bansa natin na alam naman nating lahat na talamak ang korupsyon sa ating bansa. Pero nagkikibit-balikat na lang tayo dahil yung mga nakaupong presidente ay nagkikibit-balikat na lang din. Lahat sila, kahit na nakikita ang korupsyon, they chose to look the other way. Hanggang sa dumating si President Bongbong Marcos. At diyan, kahit na maraming nasagasaan, kalaban, kakampi, kaalyado, itinuloy niya ang pagsiwalat ng korupsyon. Pwede naman siyang mag-sitting pretty na lang eh. Pabayaan na lang yung mga susunod na presidente kung may gagawin sila sa korupsyon. Kung wala, edi okay lang. Total, andyan na yan eh. Pero hindi po. So kahit na magalit lalo, yung mga galit na sa kanya, at kahit na magalit pa yung mga kaalyado niya, tinuloy pa rin niya. Kahit na pinipilit ng mga kalaban, lalo na ng mga DDS, na ituro, ibalik kay Bongbong Marcos at sabihin na siya ang utak ng korupsyon. Iilan lang po ang naniniwala. Siyempre, yung mga DDS maniniwala dyan. Pero kung bubuksan nyo ang inyong mga isip, ikaw ang nagsiwalat ng korupsyon, tapos ikaw din pala ang ulo ng korupsyon, isip-isip lang naman. Anyway, hindi lang pala doon magtatapos yung gustong mangyari ni President Bongbong Marcos. Dahil hindi lang naman yung korupsyon ang problema sa bansa eh. Marami pang ibang problema na gustong solusyonan ni President Bongbong Marcos. At ito, talagang bumilib na ako sa presidente natin. Dahil ayon po dito sa Presidential Communications Office, PBBM asks Congress to prioritize 4 bills. President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. directed Congress to prioritize 4 proposed legislative measures during a Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council or yung LEDAC meeting held in Malacanang Palace on Tuesday. President Marcos asked Congress to prioritize the Anti-Dynasty Bill, Independent People's Commission Act Bill, Party List System Reform Act Bill, and the Citizens Access and Disclosure of Expenditures for National Accountability or Cadena Act Bill that seeks to institutionalize transparency and accountability on public finance. In a LEDAC meeting, the President also instructed both houses to take a closer look at the 4 bills and prioritize the passage as soon as possible. Yan po ang inanunsyo ni Presidential Communications Office Undersecretary and Palace Press Officer Claire Castro. So doon pa lang sa unang-unang bill na gustong i-prioritize ni President Bongbong Marcos, yung Anti-Dynasty Bill na matagal na nating naririnig kahit na sa ibang naging presidente. Laging dumilitaw yung issue, yung Anti-Dynasty Bill na yan. Pero wala pong naglakas loob na gawin yan, na isabatas yan. Dahil gusto nila forever na lang, sunod-sunod ang pamilya nila na maupo sa pwesto. But not President Bongbong Marcos. Ano ba yung 4 na bills na yun? Nung nabasa ko yun, gusto ko pang magkaroon ng kaalaman kung ano ba yung 4 na bills na yun. Hanggang sa nabasa ko itong sinulat ni Mark Ian sa kanyang Mark Ian Everyday page dito sa Facebook. At gusto kong i-share sa inyo. So makinig pong mabuti dahil kailangan po nating malaman kung ano itong 4 na bills na gustong i-prioritize ni President Bongbong Marcos. Panimula ni Mark Ian, a president who finally broke the rules of the old game. In this country, we have gotten so used to disappointment that when something genuinely bold happens, parang instinct natin magtanong, totoo ba to? But here we are, with a sitting president who just did the one thing nobody expected. He challenged the very system that protected him, elevated him, and could have comfortably kept him in power without him lifting a finger. Yet, President Bongbong Marcos did the opposite. He went after the old architecture of corruption, patronage, and dynastic entitlement head-on, and hindi siya nagpa-soundbite. He went straight for the jugular by directing Congress to prioritize 4 political reform bills na for decades tinatakbuhan ng maraming administrasyon dahil masyadong delikado sa mga nakikinabang sa bulok na sistema. These 4 measures form the core of what I now call the Marcos Reset, a once-in-a-generation attempt to break the old political playbook. Ano yung 4 na bills? Number 1, the Anti-Dynasty Bill. Number 2, the Independent People's Commission Act. Number 3, the Party List System Reform Act. And number 4, the Cadena Act, or Citizens' Access and Disclosure of Expenditures for National Accountability. Let's be honest. If any other president tried to push all of this at once, baka tinawanan lang natin. But this time, the intent is clear. Not minor tweaks, not polite reforms, but a full-on demolition of the old order. Let us visualize what this actually means, ha? Kasi this isn't theoretical. This is real-world impact. Imagine a Philippines where famous last names no longer function as forever franchises. When the anti-dynasty law becomes real, hindi na automatic ang panalo dahil sa apelyido. Yung teachers, community volunteers, young leaders, civil society workers, they can finally run without feeling like the system was built to shut them out. Provinces controlled by the same surnames for 20, 30, even 50 years suddenly open. Fair game. Fair fight. Next, imagine corruption losing its favorite hiding places. The Independent People's Commission creates an investigative body na hindi pwedeng tawagan, sindakin, o takutin ng kahit sinong makapangyarihan. Ghost projects, fake suppliers, padding, overpricing, hindi na sila magiging news na lang. They become triggers for automatic investigations. Power no longer guarantees immunity. Then imagine Congress regaining its conscience. The Party List Reform Act finally shuts the door on political clans and billionaires pretending to be champions of the marginalized. No more mockery of the system. For the first time in such a long time, tunay na sektor ang maririnig. Farmers for farmers, workers for workers, seniors for seniors, at iba pa. Congress becomes representative again. And finally, picture the entire national budget becoming traceable, like tracking a Lazada parcel. The Cadena Act forces every peso, every release, every project milestone into public view. Your nanay in the barangay will know if the feeding program funding is delayed. Students can monitor school repair budgets. Tricycle drivers can confirm if road funds were spent properly. No more dark corners. No more convenient na delay lang po. Transparency becomes public power. Put these four together and you get a different Philippines. Not a perfect Philippines, but a fair one. Finally. And this is why, love him or hate him, you cannot deny what President Bongbong Marcos did here. He chose the people over the political system that could have protected him. He could have played safe. He could have stayed loyal to the usual alliances. But instead, he listened to decades of frustration and turned them into policy. This is not a cosmetic change. This is not PR. This is a leader saying, let us fix the rules. And that, for the first time in a long time, feels like hope. Not the decorative kind, but the actionable kind. History will judge every president. But right now, we are witnessing a president rewriting the rules of political survival and replacing them with rules for public accountability. If this is the Marcos reset, then maybe, just maybe, this is the fresh start we've been waiting for. Salamat po kay Mark Ian dito sa kanyang napakalinaw na paliwanag dun po sa 4 priority bills ni President Bongbong Marcos. And I believe kasama ng paglaban ni President Bongbong sa korupsyon at dito sa 4 na priority bills niya, ito po ang magandang legasiya na iiwanan ng ating presidenteng Bongbong Marcos. Hindi po mawawala ang mga bashers. Ngayon pa lang, ang dami ko nang nababasang mga hate comments galing sa mga bashers, lalong-lalo na sa mga DDS. Pero, iintindihin pa ba natin sila? Bashers will be bashers. Ang importante, pinakinggan ng ating presidente ang hinaing ng taong bayan at ang kagustuhan nating lahat ng tunay na pagbabago. And for this, I call on everybody, every one of us, to support our president in changing the entire nation. Kayo po, ano ang masasabi ninyo? Comment lang po down below and I will see you in my next video. Diyos ti Agina.